This is a review of the PAR 30 dimmable LED light bulb. It outputs 840 lumens and it only consumes 14 watts of power. It's the equivalent of a 75 watt incandescent bulb. Its color of light is 3000 Kelvin, which is basically the equivalent of incandescent light. Power, in my opinion, is quickly becoming the quality standard for LED bulbs. They simply make the best bulbs I've tested and seen. They follow ISO 9001 quality standards, and they fight to mark all the bulbs with the proper specifications on each bulb. I've actually unboxed bulbs from other suppliers, and to be honest with you, there's no markings. Nothing what the wattage is, what the bulb is, what the part number is. These bulbs contain the lumens, the voltage requirements, and the temperature of the light. In addition to that, you can see here that this bulb is UL approved, and to me that's very important. You see, this is a flat lens bulb. It only has a 25-degree beam angle, which is really tight. I mean, about like these two fingers here. That makes it ideal to put it in a hallway, to light a hallway, because the light's going to go down to the floor but not brighten the walls on the side of the hall. This bulb would be ideal to put over countertops in the garage or in the kitchen to light work areas and give you a nice bright light. It also would be good to be placed over desk. The bulb consumes 14 watts of energy, but yet it produces the same equivalent output as a 75 watt incandescent bulb. It's producing the same wattage of light output, but consuming 1/5 of the power consumption. The thing about this bulb too is that it has a shatter resistant plastic lens cover, so there's no more glass to break and fall onto your carpets or into your home. The amazing thing about this light is it comes with a 5-year warranty. This light bulb also states that it has a life expectancy of 35,000 hours. If it's on 3 hours a day, that means it would last for 31.9 years of operation. Power factor is 0.9. That means it's highly efficient and doesn't waste a lot of excess current. I wanted to show you this light compared to a standard incandescent bulb. This is a 65 watt can light versus the equivalent 75 watt LED bulb. Again, the advantages are that this light here will produce more lumens, this will be brighter, and yet consume less than 1/4 of the power. The bulb here weighs 2 1/8 ounces, and this bulb here weighs 6 1/4 ounces. One of the things I like about these LED bulbs, I like them much better than incandescent for the energy savings, and I like them much better than CFL or compact fluorescent lamps. These bulbs here do not contain mercury. They produce no UV light, which will bleach out your carpets and your wallpaper, for example, or your furniture. They produce no hum, and there's no flicker. In addition, there's no glass to break. The advantage of this LED bulb over this one, like I said, 1/4 to 1/5 of the power consumption. Unbreakable, there's no glass. It's shatter-resistant plastic. In addition to that, your power bill is going to be much less because of that power savings. In addition, this bulb will last almost 32 years versus this, which is a big difference. These types of bulbs here I have to replace about every 6 months. In addition to the cost of replacing bulbs, it's just the labor and time. Reaching up, going to can lights, many are in high places, hard to reach. You stick this light in, you don't worry about it for decades. This light here, you're going to have to change it. It's going to be hard to compare on a camera, but this is a 65 watt bulb that's used in a can, and you can see the intensity of the light. And now we're going to look down here and look at the wattage output, and you can see it is measuring 63.6 watts, and the amperage that it's working at is 1/2 amp. It's really 0.52. Talk about why this bulb is ideal for hallways. Most bulbs have a bulge reflector on them. This is the incandescent bulb, and you can see that. And what happens there is the light will come out basically parallel to the surface of the lamp. You're really trying to light the floor, which is straight down, and here are the hallways, and you're lighting the walls, which is not a nice effect. This bulb here with 25 degrees can actually shoot a very narrow beam upwards, about like so. So most of the light goes down, lights the area where you're walking, and lights the floor. It's more of an ideal light for a hallway. It's also ideal to put over a work surface area like I mentioned, the kitchen, the garage, because that same effect is very nice to light a work area. See, this light is on. Its frequency of light is a bit wider than an incandescent bulb. I've tested many LED bulbs by G7 that look identical to incandescent. This is close, but you can see it's a little bit lighter and wider. One of the things I like about LED bulbs, and you might ask why they consume so much less power, is heat. This thing is actually cooler than the room. And the reason for that is it's not using the heat and it's being dissipated by this heat sink that goes around the light. Instead of wasting energy heating your house in the summertime, for example, it's just on and producing light. You can see that this bulb is consuming 13.7 watts. That's even less than it's specified. That's very good. That's a big energy savings. In addition, I can come over here and check the power factor, and the power factor is running at 0.89, 0.88. The specification is 0.9. That's still pretty good. That means it's not drawing excess current and wasting it, and so it's a very effective and efficient bulb. You can see a 65 watt incandescent bulb, and it's in a standard can light. And here you can see the LED bulb, and you can't even see the bulb because it's recessed so much more. You might actually think it's dimmer than this bulb, but the difference is down here. This is the incandescent bulb. You can see here that it's lit and it's nice, but there's a lot of light on the sidewalls, for example. Let's go down here to the 25-degree bulb, and you can see the really bright hot spot. That's where you're going to be walking, and you can see the light beam angle coming down and striking the sidewalls. This light is much brighter. I would say by a magnitude it looks like almost twice as bright, and this is what you want for a hallway. Again, as a comparison, this is incandescent, and I can tell you it looks much brighter on the camera than it does in real life. And this is coming up on the LED bulb down the hall, and you can see a tremendous difference. It's night and day. I really like this bulb. I think I'm going to buy a bunch of them for our hallways. It's a nice quality of light bulb. I like the life. I like the energy savings. I rate this product as 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like you to know I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review.